Hello everyone and welcome to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma. I have had big time audio issues on this system, so if anything seems to be out of the ordinary, please let me know in the chat. Cybot2419, my dude, I was just thinking about the storage system again before I started streaming. The amount of times I've tried to get stuck into that project, and then I started getting into it a couple of days ago, and then my computer died. And I've been all derailed once again. Just life is one darn thing after another. Someone said that. What a quote. Lightly Lucid Hero Blender, Callie, Goobernuts, Neaum, Average AAA, Karen Kake, Cloud Exa, Veritai. Welcome everyone, welcome everyone. Any audio issues, noises in the ear might be affected. Music should be good. Music should be normal. System, game sounds. If I've done it all right, you should be able to hear all of that. There's our first test. Let me know if that sounded extraordinarily loud or not. Hey, 256. Thank you for 7 months. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you for helping us test the sound system. Cybot says mic sounds strange. I am definitely using... Hang on a second. Let me think. Am I? Test 1, 2? Test 1. I think it's using the wrong mic. How the heck that happen? Actually, that would make... No, that would make total sense. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, there's a setting that I missed. Okay, now I should sound way better, right? Let me go tap the old microphone. Yeah, that doesn't set off the meters. Oh, I had the wrong mic plugged in. That one should really be like... I should just unplug that. I don't use it anymore. It doesn't make sense that it's plugged in. Headphones... Microphone. Right, I've disconnected it officially. Oh, you'll get a good PC problems story later today. Whew. Gotta look forward to that. I mean, there's nothing you'll enjoy more than hearing about someone's computer problems. God, I love a good computer problems story, you know. Oh, it wasn't working, was it? Did you get it fixed in the end? Oh, riveting stuff. Let's keep one of these. I don't know why I do this. I just constantly feel the need to organize all this stuff when it's very much not in need of organizing. This is the egg that fooled me. That egg got into my brewing system and gave me a heart attack, and then when I found out all my problems were caused by an egg, it was like, oh, okay, that's fine, I can deal with that. That's not so bad, is it? JSTP3000, thank you for 17 months of support, my dude. Very much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Fishing in Minecraft confuses you. How so? What is it about fishing that confuses it? Actually, that does have a enter on the end of it. Right, that's a job we might come back to later on in the stream. Don't think I need those right now. Okay, just looking at what needs sorting. Using my derp coin to unlock the derp emote, says Lightly Lucid. Congratulations. Congratulations on the next level of derpage. One of these is for arrows, but now that I don't have my icons, life sucks. In this storage room, life sucks. Oh dear lord. I'm probably going to look through the same ones a couple of times because I'm not really keeping too much attention. Alright, okay, I've got a hot cup of tea here. Cannot forget. Consumes, not confuses. Oh, fishing in Minecraft has consumed you. Got it. You've been consumed. Let's fly over to Joe Hills, because I believe he is AFK, and I would like to drink some of this tea and try and do a little something. P256 says, what flavour of tea? English bracky, I believe. A little English bracky. Does anyone have tips for making canopies and hanging fauna with any type of leaf block in MC? I'm making sandcastle type build, and I can't tell if I like it or not, says Average AA Batteries. Placing leaf blocks, I found, is something you have to do a lot of to get a bit more comfortable with it. My tip is to go with the azalea leaf. I've got a feeling that'll look really good with the sandstone. So maybe try that one, and then add in a few details that feel kind of logical. The one that I would go for is to place the flowering blossoms. Wow, we are burning through some dispensers here. Place the flowering... Oh, and... Okay, that's happened. Joe has made modifications. Okay, it's this one here. Place the flowering blossoms in a way that tells the story of the leaves, like blooming, like having something going on. Like, if you're draping leaves down, put the flowering ones at the bottom. Something like that, for me... Wait a minute, what's going... If it's powered... Wait, was it already powered? Maybe Joe had the same idea I had, to try and find out where the cyan one was in here. Where is he? Apparently he was AFK here. Hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? I think that's the cyan one, right? I think there's a couple of them. Let's get some light blue dye. I came prepared. As in, I didn't actually prepare for this, but luckily I am prepared. I'm prepared to die things. I'm prepared to die for the cause. What? Literally, the cause of dying. No, not that kind of oh my god. Oh my god. I made it into the most useful space there is. Oh. Queen Shazzy, thank you for 23 months. Much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Did I forget to the lever on to lock the hopper, says Maddie? I went to flick it and it... Oh, dang it, I missed again. It seemed to be already in the position that I wanted it in, which made me wonder if Joe... And it looks like he has, because there's a lot of these that haven't been sheared in a while, right? Let's just see a name. There he is. He's up there. Oh, he's in the AFK booth. I don't know why I looked anywhere else. Right, this is definitely light blue, and that is definitely cyan. So now I will sit here and slurp. Slurp my tea. Leon Eats You, thank you so much for 5 months of support, my dude. Appreciate you supporting the channel. What is this big sheep machine? It's our sheep farm. I reckon Joe might have already done this and then maybe forgot to reactivate it, perhaps, because it looks like they're all light blue. I did see one that looked kind of... Hang on, what about this one? See, sometimes they just look a little darker, but no, these are all light blue. I feel like they changed the colors of these things at some point. I'm sure they used to be way more in tune with the dye. I'm holding down right click, by the way. I reckon Joe fixed this. Oh, do you know what? If he's AFK, knowing it would be a very Joe thing to keep himself available. Oh, look, there it is. That's got to be it. Dang, we got it. Nice. It'd be a very Joe Hills thing to keep himself available for another hermit. So he might be running around. I can hear someone on Hermitcraft right now. Don't worry about it, Joe. I think we got it. Or he's not, or I'm just talking to myself. But I'm not talking to myself because James Drew is here, number 27. Oh, my favourite of all the James Drews that subscribe to this channel. James Drew 26, overrated. James Drew 5, 28, 27, my favourite. My favourite, my dude. Welcome to the dungeon. Here's another audio thing that might start making a horrendous amount of noise because all my audio settings are butchered. Thank you for the support, my dude. Thank you for 100 months. That is absolutely insane, and it is so cool to have another victim in the dungeon. Right, at this point, I think it was probably just the one in there. But why don't I finish my tea for once? But you are talking to yourself. We are just text on the screen, says Lakiosis. I know. I know, right? It's very lonely. It's just me. All the time. Me and a bunch of numbers. So many prisoners at this point. Yeah, they're definitely prisoners. They ain't going anywhere else. But I think they like it in here. They get to eat grass all day long. I've never ever seen that comment that before, so I can't comment on the buzzing if it's intentional or not. Oh, the buzzing. There was some buzzing, was there? Heart Gamer says we're all just code. I mean, technically, yeah, like you're ones and zeros. You're all binary, that's what you are. You're all binary code. Not trinary code, because apparently we didn't want to do that. James Drew, you have your Santa hat. Awesome. Is that on the skin in the dungeon? That'll probably be like a permanent fixture now. 6 ads. Twitch is insane. They are insane. Oh, they want to advertise things to keep the service up and running. Insane. I'm messing. I know, the ads are ridiculous. But they're there for a reason, right? Oh, now I'm here for a reason. It's called being stuck, and it sucks, and I forgot to get more ender pearls. I reckon we got it. I reckon we get out of here now. My nemesis, the Cyan Wolf. The Cyan Wolf? The Cyan Sheep that could get into the wrong lane. It's over. The fiasco's over. It's time to start shearing. Hello!
Hey, pulling my mic around here. I hope you don't mind. I was worried that some of the colors were starting to overflow, so I put in some extra chests and hoppers down there.
Good thinking, good thinking. Yeah, I've just been over here taking care. You might have noticed that there was some cyan wool in the light blue lane.
I did see that. I didn't do that, but I didn't bother clearing it either.
Yeah, it was my fault. Just when I bred them, one got in there. So I've gone and dyed it now. So that's good. That's fixed.
Oh, excellent.
And now we've got pillagers invading the area. How fun.
Yeah, I see that.
Harassment in Minecraft. Pillagers and phantoms. Right?
Yeah, I'm enjoying this little AFK hut you built. Keeping the phantoms at bay, at least.
Yeah, oh my god. They are so annoying. Oh, I can't aim. Can't aim here. The only thing this is going to need is a restock of shears. I noticed they're all getting pretty low.
Oh, okay. Where do the shears go if I needed to restock them?
The barrels. Bam. Yeah, the barrels there are where the shears go, and then they get fed into the dispensers, and you can see they're starting to get a little low.
Yeah, I do see that. Okay, let me see if I have any extra iron on me.
I mean, they don't need to be done immediately. Just if you're going to AFK over here, they're probably going to break soon. I can. Yeah,
no, that's smart.
I'm gonna focus on getting all of this wool over to the area. I don't know what we're calling it.
Yeah, I figured it. I was just calling it mentally like Xisuma's sidewalk chalk area, but it's not really sidewalk. It's a parking lot.
Sidewalk chalk. God, it's got a ring to it.
Yeah, because it kind of reminds me of like, you know, parking lot like drawings that my kid would do as a kid with the chalk, you know. Like,
is that what you're expecting of me, Joe? Just, you know, chalk scratches.
I feel like that if we set a low bar for expectations of the other hermits, they're more likely to come over and goof around, right?
Okay.
If it has a welcoming and playful.
I was gonna start with the 16th chapel. I had that all prepared, but I'll throw it away. I'll do hopscotch.
I mean, you could go totally epic if you want, or you can do hopscotch, whatever.
I'll do something. Yeah. All right. I'll grab some iron. Since I'm gonna be over here filling up shulker boxes, I could do that at the same time, I guess.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I can also fly away and get iron if you're gonna be over here keeping this loaded. Because, yeah, I've already probably used about 4 shulkers worth of black wool. So
wow. Oh, you've been placing it already as well?
Yeah. I was getting started on that. I knew that you were saying that you were behind on everything because of your computer, so I figured I'd try and help you get caught a little bit up. I can't do the whole thing, but, you know, I figured I'd try and make some progress on it.
Thanks. I appreciate that, yeah. Well, I'm back up and running now, I think. I found the cause of the issue, and it's air quotes fixed. Fingers crossed.
Yep. Here's to hoping.
You know how this stuff goes. It'll break again soon. Right. Well, I'll go grab some iron as well. This thing,
Okay,
you know,
cool.
like, it doesn't need one of us here 24/7, right? You can fly away and come back, and it'll be okay.
No,
so.
it's just because I had taken so much wool out of it recently. I wanted to make sure it wasn't empty.
Yeah, take as much as you need. Right, I'm gonna go grab some shulker boxes.
See you in a bit.
See you around. Right, we're gonna get iron and we're gonna get wool. We're gonna get both of these things. Nightbot is a little behind. What's Nightbot up to, eh? By the way, James Drew, thank you so much for gifting a sub. I appreciate your 100. Oh, that apparently is broken. Oh, it looks like things are breaking. What's going on with my Steam Deck? Wow. Not sure how to diagnose that right now. Maybe I know. Maybe I know. Let's see. That one there. Ah, it has broken. Oh, that's frustrating. Interesting, but the other one hasn't. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. I no longer take much pleasure from fixing stuff, I've noticed. Gotta love computer problems. Had my share over the summer, says Hot Gamer. Yeah, I was saying how exciting they are. I bet y'all just itching to hear about it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go get iron first, because then you fill up your inventory with other stuff. Someone messed with the redstone on my Steam Deck. I tell you what, my Steam Deck could have been a casualty of my PC issues. But the thing that's broken right now is just like, why would that break? That feels a little disconnected, but whatever. I've spotted what's gone wrong. What happened with my PSU, says Draper? So PSU is power supply unit. It sits in most computers. It used to be in the past they put them at the top, like old 90s computers. Power supply units are at the top. These days, you'll find them at the bottom of the computer, and it's where you plug it into the wall, and then it plugs into all the different components of your computer on the inside of the case. So I got up, was it Wednesday morning? You know, I had my morning routine, got to the computer, was really excited to record Hermitcraft. Once again, just finding my groove again, really enjoying recording episodes and stuff. Had everything I wanted to do in my mind. Hit the power button on the computer. Guess what? Nada. Nothing. No power. Uh-oh. Well, it can't be that bad, can it? Let's just try again, try a few times. No. Unplug it at the back, plug it back in. No, nothing's happening. Open up the case. Oh, lights are on the inside. What's going on here? Maybe the power button's faulty, but then, you know, I press it and I can hear it clicking. So I did a little bit of research, spoke to my dad, who's quite knowledgeable about computers, but he hasn't really done a lot with them for a long time. But he reckoned it was the power supply unit, and online it reckoned it was the power supply unit. Didn't have the tools to check on it or whatever, but ripped it out of there. And rather than, because I needed to get on the computer and do work, right? So rather than use my backup computer, it was just like, it really seems like it's probably the power supply unit. Just going to buy a new one. Speaking to your dad equals universal I can't fix this response. Isn't it just like, you know, that's how it goes, right? They got all that life experience. You get stuck in a situation, you call on your parents. Your old laptop one day decided to break and you can only see the left side of the screen. I mean, if you could work with that, just drag everything over to the left. No, that's awful, dude. That's awful. Where are we at? Power supply. Yeah, okay. So this is my new computer, right? I got it May, I think, last year. So it's probably 18 months approaching old. Just, around there, a year and a half. That's how old it is. Oh, there's an endermite head. An endermite head of shame. Did I not pick out enough shulker boxes here? I was 4 short. My maths is appalling. My maths is appalling. We'll make some more. Rather than fly all the way back. Oh, wait. Oh no, I did count correctly. Just got one too many of those. Put you down over there, that'll do. First PC ever built was in 1 and the monitor broke. And let me read that sentence again. The first PC... Sorry, my first PC ever was a built-in one and the monitor broke. But the PC itself was fine. Ah, got ya. Got ya. You ended up getting dual monitors entirely blind on the PC to make it work. Then you brought a PC that works. I see. So you had an integrated and... Yeah, that's one of the issues with it, right? So yeah, power supply, right? Try to buy the same one again. That will save me, you know, any worries. But that one's out of stock. However, Corsair do a very similar one. Same wattage. Has an eye on the end of it. Looks sort of like a slightly downgraded version of what I've already got. So order that on Amazon, and I'm reminded of how when I was younger, I remember if you had an issue with the computer, like you were kind of like out for a while. And that was there's so many things looking back where the pace of life was different. But also, I think your experience of such things is relative. So now to get back up and running in a day or two feels kind of normal. That would have been miraculous not too long ago to say, oh, you know, here you go. Like, you had that computer issue and you're back up in a couple of days. It used to be more like weeks of inactivity. So it's kind of like a blessing that you can get on Amazon and get that next day delivery, right? Unfortunately, the timing of that meant that I missed out on my niece's birthday. Saw her open my present though, using again technology. I don't like video calls. They feel a bit like, oh, I'd rather just be there in person. But anyway, I still got to see her open the present from me, which she was very happy about. Teddy bear. Oh, so cute. Desk, how did you know? Could you hear it? Could you hear the desk? We've established that you can hear it after months of trolling. Queen Britannia, thank you for 4 months. You're back. Welcome back, and thank you for resubscribing. We've got P256. Gifting a sub to Pinkatu. Thank you not only for subscribing, but gifting as well. Very much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, it sucked to miss that, but this stuff is important, you know? Well, I mean, she's important too. This is like my livelihood, right? If I don't see the thing is like if I'd have known it would have gotten in the way, I would have probably opted to like have it arrive this morning instead. But by then, you know, I'd ordered the thing. I didn't realize I had to be in to sign for it. That was just unfortunate. You know, a little foresight, and I could have made a better decision. But I needed to get this thing to get the computer back up and running, right? In the meantime, I've been using my old computer, which I didn't want to go through the fiasco of like getting everything set up so I could continue recording on it like it were this computer, because guess what? All of the files that I'm currently working on are on this computer, which maybe like would recording to a network attached storage drive be a good idea? I don't know. Then my backup computer would be way more effective. Just sort of pick up where you left off kind of thing. Cybot, the PSU that failed was 18 months old. I believe it had a 10-year warranty on it, so I'm going to look into that when I get a little bit of time, which will be probably later today. As I don't think we're doing Satisfactory today, so that gives me the evening to do some jobs, which is why I'm here streaming now, because if we're not doing Satisfactory, I've got an extra couple of hours, which is awesome. After losing a few, doing all that boring diagnostic stuff, which I haven't even got to yet. Oh, the diagnostics, the needle in a haystack, trying to figure out what on earth is... Where's my backpack?
my other backpack. Did I leave my backpack at my base? Let's go check. Where have I left that? I might have accidentally flushed that into something else. Cybot, I could have swapped the power supply from the old computer to the new one. 2 problems. 1, if something goes wrong, like that's pulling out a whole other system, doing all the cables. Yeah, like that's a lot of recabling. Because it's a different power supply unit. It's probably going to be underpowered for the graphics card. It in my mind, it was like adding a lot of work for like next to no gain, because I would obviously want... Where's my backpack gone? Okay, I'm gonna go check a couple of places that I've been recently for it. Do you still have that drive to make episodes, X, as Draper? Yeah, no, I think I've really found what it is that I lost sight of. I kind of got into this weird, like, snappiness with the way I recorded, and like trying to remark on stuff a lot, and not being as air quotes present in the Hermitcraft experience. And I went back and watched some old episodes and just kind of saw what it was. Like, I'm thinking too much, you know, like trying to make that fire video for the algorithm or whatever. Like, I don't really have it in me to make that. And so I kind of like watered down what I'm doing by trying to like shift it to a different format. Aha! Good guess, good guess. And in doing so, you know, I feel like I kind of lost my way a bit. Me being me is not going to be, you know, optimized for the algorithm, but like if you try and optimize and you're not good at doing that, then you're probably better off just doing your normal thing, right? So now that we got that, let's continue. Where are we at in this you know, unbelievably riveting story about a computer breaking? So I didn't swap out the power supply unit because I would still have to replace it. It would have created a ton of work. Plus then I wouldn't be able to access my other computer to do jobs. I would still have to take care of certain things, like if something needed doing on Hermitcraft, or I've got like a bunch of computer-y, I don't know, there's all these little jobs that I do all the time on the computer. And I had a few of those to do. So I needed the other computer, right? I still needed to be like online and connected. How do you interpret and respond when someone says that your voice is smooth and calming? I take it as a compliment, and you know, I appreciate it. I guess it's good to know that y'all find it calming, because it's good to be able to bring that to people, right? To me, it's weird because most of my life I hated the sound of my voice when I heard it back in recordings, and I think most people experience that. And then all of a sudden I started doing it, like, you know, for these videos, and then it's like, oh, actually, do you know what? It's not that bad. It's just a voice. We've all got one. So yeah, yesterday I spent most of the day like waiting for the delivery whilst doing some bits and bobs on the other computer. So I get the power supply unit, I install it into the computer. All's good, right? Like it was pretty smooth, pretty straightforward. I had to reuse a couple of cables from the old power supply, which I read, you know, not advisable if you're switching brands, but if you're using like a similar brand and model, and I'm using the same brand, like it's probably not too much of a bother to reuse the same power supply units, right? Sorry, you reuse the same cables. And there were just 2 that I really couldn't get to unless I would have to like unscrew the entire motherboard, and that just seemed a little silly to me. So I didn't want to do that. I think me and Joe just met each other and it's all stocked up. Yeah, I didn't want to redo the whole thing, you know, like take out the motherboard and stuff. So 2 cables got to stay in there. Corsair might switch OEMs between models. Reusing cables could still be a risk. What is an OEM, Cybot? The thing about the models that I have is that... if you give me a second, I'll go tell you the name of it. One sec. It is the HX1200, and the one I replaced it with is the HX1200i. Cables will still be a risk. Let me write that down, OEM. OEM stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer. In the business world, it means a company that makes a product to be sold by another company under its own name. Okay. I will definitely look into it a tiny bit just to, yeah, give myself peace of mind. Sound issues can be caused by a background, which would be caused by a somewhat incompatible cable. That is not the cause. I'll explain it all. Let's leave this box over here. Oh, you would be one short. Too short, maybe. Isn't there a rapper called Too Short? I'm pretty sure there's a rapper called Too Short. Is he too short to reach the microphone? Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. Come on, you liked that. Right. Ugh, my mouse is whipping all over the place. So this is going to go down below. Then we're going to sort out our shulker boxes. And we've got to make a couple more. So we'll need that one. That is the backpack. Just checking. And I need to make another note because I just thought of another thing that needs to be done. Got it. Right. Well, if the cables didn't work, I think it would have been noticeable quickly, so you're probably fine. Yeah, hopefully. I've had no issues, but I have had sound issues, which I'll explain. So, yesterday's meeting, I had issues with my computer sound and my phone's sound as well. I couldn't get my phone to connect to Discord properly. It sounded weird on my phone as well. Like, I was trying all these different settings and it was just really acting up. So I missed like a fair bit of the meeting. But while I was doing that, I was trying to get the sound stuff to work. And I don't know what it was because there was a bit of a delay, but I was like uninstalling, reinstalling drivers. And then all of a sudden, like a moment later after I click something, like there's a bit of delay, boom, the sound comes up. It's all working. I can see it on the Go XLR. Everything's good again, right? Brilliant. We're back in business. Must have fixed it. You know, let's crack on. So we get through the meeting, and at one point in the meeting, my sound drops out completely for like 20 seconds, and then just comes back. And that made me a little bit but then, you know, another hour goes by and looks like we're all good, so whatever. By the way, these need to be carpets now that I think about it. Or I could, no, I think I'll take them over like this and craft them into carpets and leave them in chests. That's what I'll do. So yeah, momentarily, sound goes down, a little bit alarming, comes back up. Then right after the meeting, I close an app, I open another one, and bam, the sound goes again, and I'm like, this is something, isn't it? And I can't get it back after that. Like, it's gone. The sound's messing up. Now, what's weird is, like, inside of Windows, everything looks normal. Inside of applications that use audio... Whoa, I just had a movement lag there. Whoa! Oh, I got big keyboard lag. This actually, ironically, might be related to the issue. You won't see it, but I will feel it because I just did a couple of movements where there was like a really big delay. Yeah, I need to keep an eye out for that because it's actually related to my sound issue. Anyway, so I can't get it working again, right? I just have to kind of let it go. And this stuff is really frustrating because this is at, like, the center of what I do, the computer. And it's just going to be, you know, delays and setbacks is kind of how I think about it. Be kind of good if I reduce the amount of items here Wouldn't it? So we need 4 more over there. Let's create 5 lots. See, I can get really frustrated with this stuff, and I definitely felt frustrated at some point, or disappointed, but I was also calming myself down a fair bit, so it wasn't too bad, but yeah, this stuff can be like really frustrating, as you can imagine. Okay, isn't there like one more? Yep. So I went to bed, got up in the morning, went for a walk, had a little bit of time to kind of like think through what I needed to try. Thought about the different things on the computer that I need to like test and verify, etc. Basically figuring out what's my plan of action to fix this thing. And pretty much everything I'm trying is not working. But then it dawned on me that like it's not the Go XLR, because that's working on my old system. So I go into the old system, check all the drivers, check the software. Everything's good. And it's working, no issues. But then as soon as I go back to my new computer, it's not working. You know, what's going on here? I've got to figure this out. So the more I thought about it, the more I kept thinking about the USB switch that I have between my systems, right? So what I've experienced is I turned the computer off one day, the next day the power supply is dead. By the way, when I'm clicking here, I'm getting some delay, which is interesting. Again, I think it might be related to my USB switcher. Because that's what my sound system runs through, right? So yeah, I thought things through, trying to, you know, think of all the things it could be before doing too much on the computer, which didn't work out for me in the morning, but then eventually it dawned on me that I have the USB switcher there, and that maybe somehow I got affected, right? Like I'm doing all this uninstalling drivers, reinstalling them, downloading different drivers, and I just can't get this thing to work. So I unplugged my Go XLR from the switcher, which worked fine with the other computer, and worked fine up until my power supply died recently. And what would you know? It worked immediately. As soon as I booted the computer up, I could tell straight away, oh, there it goes, I can see the audio's all working, you know? Matty says, did I start playing the guitar again? I have, and I'll talk about that later today as well. X's entire PC system is giving up on him just as he gets in the groove of making videos. What timing? I've been in the groove of making videos for a while. Oh my god, I'm getting some really weird input lag. It's just, I was just in the flow of recording one. Anyways. So yeah, so now I had to go in and redo a lot of stuff, because when you plug it in via a different USB port, it's going to give every channel that you use a new like identity, like a UUID. Like it's got a bunch of numbers and letters, it's really technical looking. So that means in every application that I use my Go XLR, I now have to go in and redo the channel because it's looking for one on a different USB port, which isn't there, because I disconnected it from the USB switch. Now, if I want to go back to using the old computer at any point, I know I can plug it in and go along with that. So it's not too bad to switch between computers and have to jostle one USB cable around. But the whole reason... Oh, wow. Okay, maybe my keyboard battery is low or something. Wow, this is getting bad. Turn it off, turn it on. I mean, probably need to replace the batteries. If the switcher isn't damaged, maybe the USB port on the new computer got damaged and can't handle all of the USBs you have plugged into the switcher. That's basically my theory, is that I don't know when the power supply died, but it either died when I turned the computer off and walked away, right, and let it shut down. It either died between shutting down and not succeeding, or it succeeded to shut down and was just after that point unable to come back up. But you would think it would be the first of the two, because you could imagine that then damaging something else in the system, like the one of the USB components. How old is my keyboard? Not very old. You just can't win with technology today, Xisuma, says HeartGamer. I don't know. I wouldn't say that, because I've had computers for a long time, and like I said earlier, like if you had a computer issue, it used to take a lot longer to solve stuff. They used to be a lot less reliable. If you needed new parts, that would take a long time, right? Like, it's actually gotten a lot better, and the fact that I'm like back up and running in a couple of days is kind of great compared to what you could have experienced in the past. Like, if this were the 90s, you might not be using your computer for a week or two, right? And pre-internet, it was probably even worse. So it's, you know, it sounds like a bit of a moan today, but it's just letting you know what's happened, really, because it's actually gotten solved pretty decently. How does a PSU die? Well, I've had one other power supply unit die in the past. And the way I discovered that it had died is because I could smell burning. The PC wasn't running at the time, but yeah, I could smell this burning, and it came from the computer. And you know, look inside and pull out the power supply unit, and it's gone. It's done. Burned out. HeartGame says, I mean, when I was having blue screen of death issues this summer, it completely wiped my headset beyond factory reset. That is, yeah, that is really unfortunate. It's not my passion, I hate it. I have to do it all the time to play this game. Joe's base is somewhere in this area, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a bit more in that direction. Yeah, here we go, here we go. Did I try plugging the switcher into a few different USB ports to see if it works with it? I didn't, because it like redoes all the device IDs. I probably should have tried that to keep it on the switcher, but I don't go between my computers on a regular basis. So I kinda just gonna leave it alone. Like I'm not a big fan of diagnosing and fixing stuff. It doesn't do much for me. Wow, Joe's made some progress over here. Oh no! But snow settles on this area. The thing is, when we do the pixel art, it'll be with carpets, which snow doesn't settle on. So it might be a good idea just to let this thing snow over. Huh. Yeah, so I pictured this being the place where we would put like a whole bunch of chests. So we'll just go ahead here and do that. Just dies, no water damage to it, says A1 Gear. Literally nothing. Like, my computer is on a storage rack. It is in an area that's... there's nothing dodgy near it, right? It just went. It just went. Sometimes these things happen. If the PSU died, there's a real chance that something else is broken as well. It could have caused a voltage peak very briefly where some chips are slightly damaged. And then it will show some strange unexpected behavior. Yeah, well, I haven't noticed anything strange since. One thing I did notice is that my old computer is a lot like Windows 10 is a lot snappier than Windows 11. But actually, do you know what? I think I might know why. Let me just... Maybe not. No, maybe it's... I don't know. It feels like everything's a bit snappier on Windows 10 and Windows 11. Bloatware. No. I de-bloat my system when I first install it. You can change the snappiness in settings. Yeah, I just checked that. It's not that. Like, I turn off all the fancy animations and stuff to just keep the system nice and performant. These days, that stuff doesn't bog you down much at all. Oh, we're gonna have to sleep, aren't we? But it's just an old habit from the past. Just turn off all the fancy transitions. Like, you don't need them. You can... Cybot says, I still use Win 10, not looking forward to upgrading. I think Windows 11 is probably just about as stable as Windows 10. Doesn't feel like it's too much of a step back. The issue with it is that all of its like polish and new aesthetics and menus, they're really like stitched on top of the Windows 10. So you find yourself like using the new Windows 11 bits, but they're only covering like a portion of what you need. So like your right click context menu has like a see more to see everything that was on the Windows 10 part of the game. It just feels a bit like rushed, and it's been like that, like they haven't come and finished it off. So it's a strange one. Anyway, I just noticed that the whole, like the computer boots up really quick, my old one. Everything's like really snappy and fast, and my Windows 11 is not that fast. Like once, like it takes a few minutes to boot up. Once it's booted, everything's, you know, good. There's no noticeable like lag or anything. It's just not quite as snappy. And we're talking probably like fractions of a second, but you're just gonna notice it. Right, so we need a lot of chests. I think I'm just gonna craft up a lot. Well, I was already thinking about that, clearly. I think I need like 32, don't I? Well, that puts me very close. Where'd those ones come from? Somewhere. They can go back in here. So we want like 8 double chests on either side. Question is how to lay them out. That's kind of good. It's not quite the same on this side, is it? X, totally irrelevant question to the topic being discussed right now, but I'm curious. How do you stop accidentally giving spoilers of another Hermit? We do have a channel for it, but it doesn't get used a crazy amount. You just gotta use your noggin a little bit while you're on the server. Why is it that that one goes? Oh, I guess it's like diagonal. Okay, I can see what to do. It's not a straight diagonal through the middle. It's slightly over to one side. Mr. Simon says, I fully switched to Linux in the past couple of years because of the way Windows has been going. Oh, it's tempting. It's tempting when you have issues. But the thing is, like, I have computer issues once in a while, and then most of the time it just goes like normal. And I'm not a big fan of like trying to fix stuff and stuff, because you end up I find you sink a lot of time into like these unknowns and tend not to get anywhere. And my experience of like reading online tutorials and things like that to get stuff done with computers is things are a bit like way more specific to you than you'd like them to be, meaning you can go down a lot of dead ends following instructions, and then it's just like, well, that doesn't work and I haven't learned anything. So when it comes to the computer stuff, like, I'm curious about it. I like it all. I understand a lot of the, I don't know, more technical stuff that goes on. But at the end of the day, what I actually want to do is just fire up Minecraft. You know, open my web browser, talk to people on Discord, record some videos, edit and upload. I don't actually enjoy the whole getting stuck into the back end, fixing any of those issues that get in the way of doing that, because I don't enjoy that side of it that much anymore. I enjoyed it more when I was younger, but it just kind of makes it feel a little bit tedious, right? So it ends up being like, not this again. Valve are likely just waiting for proper NVIDIA out of support of the box before SteamOS is on desktop. I have SteamOS on my Steam Deck. We should have done that with a carpet. Yeah, so the idea here is that we're going to fill this up with carpet. Okay, so let's get the fade correct. So you're for that one. Okay, after black, I think we went with brown. This color wheel that they added for Minecrafts, they got it right. I don't know. That looks like it to me. That looks like the one I want. Yeah. So we go red, orange, yellow next. Whoops. Swapped it. Yeah, it put it in there. Red, orange, yellow. Then that means on the other side... Whoops, wrong button. Ugh! We want lime green, cyan, light blue. What did I say? Lime green, cyan, light blue. And yeah, I got them in that order. Actually, it'd be at the other end, wouldn't it? Well, not that it matters that much, but hey. Okay, then blue, purple, magenta, pink. Right, there's a crafting bench in the area, which might help us a lot here. I have thought many times about switching to Linux. I've used Ubuntu in uni and liked it. But I'm always limited by the professional software I need for work. Yeah, I mean, that's another big thing, right? You have to switch to all those programs that work on both, because not just that you need one that works on Linux, like you got to convert all of your stuff across, and that can be a big hassle. There's so many things that you'll just use on a regular basis and not realize like how essential it is until it doesn't work on the system anymore, and then you're like, uh-oh, I need that. So, there's a downside. Let's put that in there for now. Yeah, I can do this. I am so glad they added that. Now, what happens if I... Okay, so it doesn't remember from the last time. That'd be kind of cool if it did. Maybe asking a little too much, but that's cool. Are drops enabled, says Keremudi. Do you mean the new Minecraft drop? Do you have a specific reason why you don't reset episode numbers when a new season ends, or is it just a habit? It was just something I wanted to do. Right? It's probably not the smartest thing to do from like the algorithm perspective or whatever, but I kind of gave up on caring. I seem to recall someone else did that, like a different Let's Play that I watched. Maybe it was like Good. Doesn't Good have like crazy episode numbers on his Minecraft Let's Play? And I just thought it was kind of cool to keep the number going. So when I started my second season, I was like, oh, I'll just, you know, keep bumping it up. And then over time, it's gotten kind of ridiculous because I've been here since the very beginning. So now the episode number is kind of huge. Apparently drops are enabled. Mr. J Buggy says EFO. Is that, what is that? Is that a question or a statement? Anyway, I think that's about the end of like the computer story stuff, right? It's just like when it's done, I just want everything to be normal again. I don't want to deal with that stuff. It sucks. You got the Mosque Marsh drop here, but redeeming it is a pain because the text can't be selected to copy the code. Oh, is it a Minecraft Bedrock thing? I saw them make announcements about that, and I was just like, it's not for me. Oh, I think I have to use the recipe book to initiate the pressing spacebar to bring it back up again. Yeah, there's some items available on Twitch to celebrate the Garden Awakens drop. I'll be quite blunt and just say I don't really like the direction Minecraft's been taking lately, with just everything being about advertising and promotion. It feels like it's starting to crowd out the quality of the update a little bit. Like, that could be just a perspective problem, you know. You see all this effort going into coordinating like a promotional campaign. I could easily be wrong about that, right? Like, I'm not inside Mojang or whatever, but it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as exciting. A long time ago in this community, like, all the cool promotional stuff that used to happen used to be the community making really cool things with the game. And that's kind of like faded away, and now it's just very corporate and, you know, typical corporate collaborations, get your Minecraft crocs, and it just feels a bit soulless, but, you know, some people love that, I don't particularly. Kerimdu, I hope you got your drop, and thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you doing that over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You added an RTX 470 Super to your PC and you're having issues with some games. I got a 490 and I did not need it. I did not need it. What a waste that was. I find drops annoying. It just ends up spamming chat, says Everstrew. It hasn't been too bad here. We've only had a little discussion around it. Mike the Daydreamer agrees. I'm assuming about like the soullessness of the promotional stuff. I saw a Bebop Vox pop up in a Discord recently. Well, today, I think, actually. And I was like, oh man, what a throwback. Like, that guy and his show is old school Minecraft right there. I'm tempted to go back and watch some old episodes just to like jog my memory of like what it all felt like back then. Being here from the beginning, I'm just lately reminded of how different it was early on. Like, the things that were so amazing about the game always came from the community around it, and these days it's just not like that. Speaking of being unhappy with Mojang, did you see the video of the lad suing him over them illegal contracts? I did, and when I watch videos like that, I'm very aware that I'm following one person's narrative explaining what's going on, and I try not to take that too seriously because they're not a lawyer, I'm not a lawyer. Law and legality can be quite complex and confusing, and they have obviously they're unhappy with like what's happened, and so they're kind of naturally steered in the direction of portraying Mojang in a negative light. Now, if that is the correct way to portray them or not, I'm not sure, because I'm not a lawyer. If someone like Legal Eagle jumped in and commented on this stuff, I would be much more inclined to then listen, but not knowing who this guy is, it's kind of like, okay, you could be right, I don't know. But I do understand that, you know, Mojang own the rights to the game through the EULA, E-U-L-A, and if they have not been handling that document correctly or not, and a court of law decides that is so, then yeah, they could be in a bit of trouble. But, you know, it is, like, the thing is, it's their game, and when they do stuff that's unpopular, I don't see why that has to convert into, like, screw Mojang energy or whatever, right? Doesn't feel very healthy to do that. So, like, when they did the whole no guns in Minecraft thing, like, I myself, I don't like seeing guns in computer games, and I wouldn't want to see it in Minecraft, and I wouldn't want young kids playing gun games in Minecraft. But from a legal perspective, if they didn't have the right to enforce that, they shouldn't. So, to me, it boils down to, like, at the end of the day, if this stuff gets like proved in a court of law, then there you go. Like at some point we have to separate all the drama and opinion, and I think law is maybe where that happens, right? And you don't always get your way, and some people will say parts of law and whatnot are corrupt or whatever, but like it's the best we got. Because the alternative is much what lawlessness sounds great when you're getting your way, but you rarely picture yourself on the opposite end of that. So I think you have to respect the fact that there's stuff like the EULA. And it's a complicated thing, and many of us really don't know much at all about law and how that stuff works. So watching one person's narrative on it, I take it with a pinch of salt, I guess. I think at the moment it's more screw Microsoft. Depends. I see people shouting at Mojang, I see people shouting at Microsoft. They're kind of intertwined somewhat, because obviously since Microsoft took over, the company's gone in a different direction. The culture shifted and whatnot. I'm ready for a fourth-hand explanation and opinion on the subject, says 8Prover. Well, you can get those, right? Like, you know, there's a lot of drama videos out there and stuff. Talking about the latest thing that's going on, and if you're ever into that and you pay attention to this drama here and that drama there, like when you're watching that stuff, ask yourself like how much of this information is secondhand, because a lot of it, I've noticed, having paid attention to that stuff in the past, it's like one person comments about the drama and someone watches that and then gets in and comments on it. And before you know it, you might be listening to like third or fourth or fifth hand information. Because we all like, oh, I say we all, like this whole, like the scene of drama and opinion videos, like there's a lot of like third, fourth, fifth hand information that goes through those videos, you know, those commentary ones about, oh, this thing's happening and here's my thoughts on it. And it's like, it's a fair distance away from more, I guess, journalistic rigor of like people really getting into the weeds of what's going on and getting close to the source and getting proper information and whatnot. So like, I felt like watching that guy's video, he's really close to like reading all this legal stuff. It really gave me that impression. But sometimes when you listen to this stuff, think about like, how was this person informed? And you know, you might be watching someone who watched a video that was made by someone who watches someone else's video. You know, like, what is the quality of information we're getting? It's one of the reasons I pay less attention to drama and stuff these days, because it's just like, it feels harder to trust in what you're hearing a lot of the time. Honestly, the Mr. Beast allegations and consequently the allegations on Dogpack are a really good example of why people should really wait before picking sides, says Draper. I mean, that's one that again, because I don't follow this stuff closely, I can't be sitting here and giving you a firm impression or assessment of what's going on. But I've caught things about that, and it's a constant back and forth of like, this side, it swings this way, then something comes out, it swings the other way, and if you pay attention to the comments, sometimes it seems like some people have... Oh, look, we made a diamond. Some people have not heard the latest thing, you know, because I heard that apparently Mr. Beast had been cleared and there was this big investigation. And then I heard that apparently the investigation wasn't good enough and that he hired people because, you know, he's going to hire this soft team to come and investigate to make him look good. But it's like, okay, each time you hear one of these comments, right? Each time you're reading that online comment about the thing, and it's like someone's trying to sway you in their direction or not, or they're making that statement. Think like, this is random person on the internet. I don't know what's behind this text. Why are they saying this? What is their information? Because I heard about the whole Mr. Beast kind of clearing his name thing, and then there's someone commenting like, it's a scam. Mr. Beast, you know, hired a group of people to give him an easy victory. Like, what's behind that? Is that emotion behind that? Or is it so-called logic and reasoning? Or is it like someone did some real deep dive investigation on the history of this legal firm and their affiliation, and you know, like, a lot of the time, all the opinions getting thrown around and stuff, I'm pretty sure they're just, you know, probably not well informed, right? Like, that's what I'm getting at. So, for any of you out there, next time you're paying attention to a drama, keep all of that in mind. Just each time you hear bits of information, think about what's behind it and what the quality of the information is. You know, if you're listening to someone like Legal Eagle, seems like a decent guy and an actual lawyer. And then if you're listening to your drama channel, just think, well, you know, what's behind this? Did this person like watch someone else's drama video and then give me their take on it? Because a lot of them that I watch, it feels like that. And y'all have experienced this on occasion. Y'all would have experienced this. That one moment where someone steps into your territory, someone starts talking about the thing that you know a lot about, and you're like, what are you on about? This is nonsense, right? Everyone's experienced that. You got a passion project, a hobby, and someone from outside it. Wow, I just got some weird movement lag again. Dude, I think that USB hub might be... I think it might be faulty. I'm gonna have to pay close attention. Mr. Beast has the money to do whatever it takes to keep his reputation clean. Recently, an intriguing conversation was leaked and was sent to the FBI for investigation. So what's behind that, though, right? Like, did you hear someone else say that? Or is there, like, a lot of rigor and investigation into coming to the conclusion that Mr. Beast is actually using his money to keep a clean reputation? I'm not saying that to be like, you're wrong. It's just that, like, think about who we are. Like, we're always on the outside looking in. Unless you're close to one of these situations, you're always on the outside looking in, and you're just hearing opinions and voices. Like, we're living in this age where everyone's able to just shout into the ether and just say the first thing that comes to their head on Twitter. Like, what is the quality of that? You know? What is the quality of those tweets? CJ Swag says, X makes a really great point, actually. We should look more into the law firms representing these high-profile cases and seeing if they have a history of corruption or malpractice. You know, and what is behind that message that you just said? No, I'm messing with you. Yeah, you see, I don't even know how to start looking into stuff like that. This is why, like, these dramas, I take it all with a pinch of salt, and I think, okay, if this, like, goes to court and goes through legal proceedings, I'll wait until the outcome of those legal proceedings before I have a strong opinion. And if, you know, if ever I'm closer to something like this, then you'd obviously deal with it differently. What mouse are you using? Sometimes mouse drivers conflict with mouse hubs. I've had no issues with my keyboard and mouse until today. And today I'm noticing a little lag after we've had some issues. I think something might have happened to the USB. I'm just going to take it one step at a time. Like, I'll keep an eye on how the mouse and keyboard is doing. And then if I'm like, okay, I think I'll do a test and plug it into a different USB port. If that then goes away, then I might be inclined to try putting the Go XLR back onto it. But I just want to plug and play. I don't want to faff around, you know. And people have their own agendas. Sometimes feels like people really want something to be true. Facts be damned, says Leon. Yep. Facts, like, you know, facts and truth are also a lot more muddier and more difficult to discern than I think most of us would like to admit sometimes. And as for everyone having an agenda, like you and me included, like we all got some sort of bias, because you see that get thrown around a lot as well. Oh, you're just biased, but it's like, well, and you are too. Even saying that is a form of bias, right? Like, it's part of the human experience. What do I think about the Minecraft lawsuit? Not much. Like, if Mojang get pulled into a lawsuit, I think I'll wait to have an opinion on it, like, at the conclusion of that lawsuit, right? Like, if the lawsuit comes out and they've been fined and told they're been doing wrong, then I'll be like, oh, well, there you go, you know? But until then, I don't know. Remember, they own the game and the rights to it, and they have the EULA, and sure, there's some stuff about them changing it which doesn't look legit, but like, why don't we wait for a court of law to decide? Because there are precedents set, you know, that determine what apparently we've agreed should be allowed and isn't allowed, and if lots of people disagree on that kind of stuff, then we can make a big hurrah about it and maybe the law will change. Skiz Raid! Was Skiz on the server? Thank you so much, Skiz, my dude. How you doing? Peeps, welcome to the stream. We're out here gathering some sand because we're going to restock a shop. And then after that, we're going to build a mural over at the spawn chunks. I got to build one for Skiz. Today, I figured out what Zedaf's mural is going to be, but we got to build one from Skiz. So if you'd like to tell me anything about Skiz's season that you think we could turn into a mural, I would love to hear it. And we've just been talking about dramas and internet drama and gossip, and some of you probably watch the Imp and Skiz podcast, so you'll probably be quite like attuned to this kind of discussion. But I've just been talking about how kind of like the quality of information that we're getting, especially when it comes to drama. I don't pay attention to much drama and stuff anymore because I realize that like a lot of the time you're just listening to people give their opinion about someone else's opinion that they heard about from someone else's opinion, and there's like not a lot of journalistic rigor or getting information close from the source, etc. And it's just been all a bit crazy as usual, because there's a new big drama with Mojang, and apparently they might be getting sued. And my thing is, well, let's wait until the lawsuit has concluded and see what the conclusion of that is, right? Karen Cake, thank you so much for subscribing 7 months in a row. You watched been a while since you watched one of your streams. Been busy studying for exams. Good luck with the exams, my dude. Hope that goes well. This isn't really like exam season normally though, is it? This time of year? Feels like you hear about that before summer. The podcast was so good today, says Everstrew. I didn't listen to it yet. The last one I listened to was with the life coach. That was great, by the way. When they started talking about macros. Macros is something that I kind of felt like I wasn't sure I understood or not, but listening to them talk about it, I think I do, because I try and hit a certain amount of protein every day. And I actually gear my last meal to have like a lot of protein to keep me really satiated. It sounded like they've been going through the same thing with their diet too. Just learning that you can essentially like gear your meals to hit the right amount of protein, and you'll just find you get full and it helps you hit your goals so much better. Plus protein is like, you know, the building blocks for your body. They're great to have in your diet, those proteins. Dark Solid X, thank you for the cheers and biddies. Hi, Xisuma. I'm ready to join Hermitcraft any day now. Whoa, any day, dang. Just kidding. Hey, have you tried Force's minigame in her shop? What was your score? I haven't actually tried that. Every time I see it in the recap, I'm like, oh, I want to go play, and then I kind of forget to like make a note or something. Yeah, hopefully I'll get to that one soon. It looked really cool. The way she'd themed it, and the whole vibe just looked like a lot of fun. For those arriving, someone made a YouTube video about plans to sue Mojang because of their way of handling EULA and other contracts might break European law. Yeah, that's a good summary right there, Callie. Duper as well, Zedman and a few others cover it more depth than anyone here could explain it. The chemistry on camera is so great. I'm glad they started that podcast. It's been easy to listen to. They've been friends for like forever, right? Like since high school or something, so it's no surprise. But I love the Imp and Skiz podcast. It's just so great to see them create something really wonderful. I think, because I listen to podcasts, right? I've noticed that a lot of the podcasts that I listen to or follow, because I don't listen to them as much anymore, they're actually, like, a lot of stuff that I listen to is kind of like stuff that I maybe disagree with more than agree. But I feel like that's an interesting way to learn, is to, like, understand stuff from a different perspective, I guess. And not a lot of it is, like, as wholesome or well put together as Imp and Skiz are, and I feel like they just get the vibe just right. For like a really good, proper, wholesome podcast with really good advice and food for thought in. Do you listen to the Imp and Skiz one? Which one? Like, they've done a lot, right? A lot of episodes. They're getting really good at it as well. Like, especially with having guests on, you can kind of hear over time, then getting more comfortable and natural with it. Because it takes a long time, I think, to learn how to podcast. No one seems to hit the ground running. I've seen some creators try and launch a podcast, and there's one creator I really like who tried to get one going, and I think they made the mistake of, like, using their reach and access to, like, bring on big guests straight away. And it kind of hurt the podcast a bit because they were, like, very new to it, and it wasn't particularly great. Not that they were bad to listen to or anything, but, you know, as a podcaster, you have to, like, learn the ropes. And I see Imp and Skiz, like, you know, growing it, going in the right direction. I'm really interesting to see where they are with that in, like, a couple of years, 5 years, etc. I wonder if one day they'll like excel to that level where, you know, you got big name guests on, right? At the same time, though, I do wonder if, like, sometimes it, air quotes, comes with the territory. Like, a lot of big names that go on podcasts, sometimes I wonder, is this really, like, the best thing to be putting out there in the world? Anyway, it's like, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. Everstrew says, I can see the podcast really taking off soon. I think it's already taken off. They've already created something great. It's just, how many people does that reach, right? Like, it takes time to build reach. And I guess, like, you know, maybe it not being the biggest podcast ever is, like, a good thing, because I do feel like as you get bigger and bigger, like, that pool of guests expands to I don't know, names that are, maybe don't fit the vibe, if that makes sense. X, you are big named guest. Stop it. No, I'm not. Come on now. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there are these big names out there in the podcasting world. You can all think of some that, you know, cause controversy or whatever, and have these wild opinions and go around on podcasts and draw in lots of views and stuff. And, like, what I'm saying is that stuff, although it, you know, garners a lot of attention and stuff, it's not particularly wholesome, is it? It's not like the vibe that they've got. That's why I really like the way they're doing it, because they're really, like, sticking to what they're about. And I'd love to see how far they can go with that. That's why I'm sort of saying, like, it might not ever be the biggest thing, because maybe to get to those big numbers, you got to cross that line, right? Plus, not accelerating fast can help them manage their time. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Whenever you hear that quote, slow and steady wins the race, whatever you hear, I will always hear Doc M saying that to me. It was way back when, I think maybe like season 4 or 5 of Hermitcraft. And I was talking with Doc about, you know, because I was watching Doc before I was making videos myself, so it goes all the way back to the very beginning. And Doc, like, we were talking about growth and getting views at one point, you know, having a YouTubers chat, and Doc was saying, like, you know, Hermitcraft is slow and steady and winning the race. And that has turned out, I feel, to be so true. To have a 12-year career on this platform, that is slow and steady wins the race, you know? Oh my god, for the mural and Imp and Skiz podcast logo. That might not work because there is a concept to the murals, which is that they are related to the story of someone in a season. And I did ask earlier on, and then I started waffling, so let's get back to that. Mural ideas for both Impulse and Skiz. The way it works is that it's related to their story on the server, and we tie it to a statistic. Now, the looseness of the statistic it will be tied to can be quite big, you know? Silent Nurky says, X, your Soulside Eclipse album was the most listened to album of the year. So good. Your most. I think I literally missed the word my. the most important word. Peeps, if you did not know, I do have a record out. It's free to listen to on Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music. It's called Soulside Eclipse. If you go search it, I will forever be in your debt. And thank you so much if you chose to do that. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Skiz would be a pyramid and something about certain types of blocks placed. Yes. Like, if Skiz had, like, one primary block inside of there that said a lot about his season, we could do that. The pyramid is going to be a huge part of it. Definitely. The pyramid is undoubtedly a story of his season. The awkward thing is, like, tying that to a statistic. That's what's kind of annoying about this project is, like, now that I've decided every hermit has to get a mural or be in one, because I think there's 25 of us and 24 murals, so we want to create some overlaps where some people are in multiple, but so calcite is Skiz's favorite block. If I don't think of anything like better, we could do that, because I really want to find those killer ideas. I just kind of realized that I kind of need, yeah, definitely need at least 2 boxes of this stuff. Well, it's good, because I brought that much. This is all for restocking a shop, by the way. I have a shop that makes me diamonds, and I didn't even realize it. Found a bunch of them the other day. I was like, oh, okay. Better restock this, then. Pyramid of needs equals food eaten. I like the way you're thinking. I like the way you're thinking. Because we could do a little something of, like, Skiz sheltering from the rain and eating some food or something. It's not a bad idea. But by the way, I got the one for Zedaf. Zedaf's obviously got to be something to do with sheep, right? We can literally make it like sheep sheared because it immediately draws your attention to, is that sheep looking at me? So for Zedaf, I think it's going to be sheared sheep, which is just a statistic that's mildly interesting you can look at. But, you know, why would Zedaf be there? Well, of course, because is that sheep looking at Zedaf? Maybe Skiz holding up his pyramid. The pyramid might be really awkward to do without a lot of armor stands. I don't want to overload that area. That'd be my first concern. But yeah, we can find something. What are the dimensions of the mural going to be? They're literally like 3 blocks wide and 3 blocks tall. We'll see them in a little bit, because when I head back to the area, we'll go look at the spawn chunks, as we're going to be working over there today. Where are the murals going to go? They're in the spawn chunks. Like, if anyone respawns, if you're watching a live stream and someone respawns on the map, tell them to go down into the rooms, and they'll find them. Impy, number of silverfish killed from your prank. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's it. Okay, that's going on the list immediately. Impulse. Silverfish killed. It doesn't even matter if Impulse is top of the list or not. That's perfect. I've got a silverfish head somewhere. We could even try and redo the silverfish model using armor stands and blocks. So, brilliant project idea right there. Maybe today we'll do Impulses instead of Zedafs. We'll see. We'll see. So every stream, by the way, my goal is to do a mural. By the way, I might do a bonus stream tomorrow. Or Sunday, I'm not sure yet, doing a tour of my air quotes Patreon server. I say air quotes because we normally don't call it that, but they're coming up on a new season soon, and so we're going to do like a tour. I think there might be. Oh, hang on, wait a second. It's coming back to me now. The tour is, I believe, going to be open, as in you can visit the server while I'm on there. So that'll be interesting. great reason to hit the follow button if you know, want to come and look around a server, get some inspiration. There's loads of amazing builds on there. Loads of amazing build. What's the music playing right now? Is it Soulside Eclipse? We're listening to Fogweaver, which is a dungeon synth artist. I'm really fond of dungeon synth. It's a very niche, obscure little genre that I once made a record of, and had I not been derailed by YouTube, there is a high degree of likelihood that I would have made several dungeon synth records. I know this because I was making lots of dungeon synth music, but I only finished the one record. Started writing the Soulside Eclipse album, which I finished in 2023, and then yeah, just got derailed by YouTube. It wasn't where I was expecting to go, but I'm happy I'm here. This wasn't my plan. What's that quote about life's best things are accidents? Yeah, that one. Put that one in there. Vampire Synth was better, says Becca. No, I disagree. I've looked into Vampire Synth. Vampire Synth, to me, unless I didn't get to the right places, it felt like an offshoot of Dungeon Synth. And what I could find didn't feel like, I don't know, a great execution on the idea. I didn't really get the strongest of vampiric vibes. Like, one of the problems with Dungeon Synth is that it can kind of be like a low effort genre in a way, which means because a lot of it hinges on the aesthetic, because you're using virtual instruments, you can kind of produce this stuff like a lot snappier than you might do other types of music. And that results in finding some, like, in my opinion, I don't like to be too judgmental of other people's music, right? But sometimes you get this impression that this stuff is kind of like put together hastily just to get it out there or whatever. And yeah, the Vampire Synth I checked out, like, the best of it that I could find was not too far above that grade, I guess. But hey, if you want to send me... I didn't get it? What, you're making a joke? If you want to send me any, I'll check it out. But what I managed to discover, I didn't particularly think much of. This reminds me of an emotional JRPG cutscene from the 90s. I love it. Yeah, it's got a bit of a vibe like that, doesn't it? I can picture what you're getting at. There's a similarity there because those games would have used similar instrument sets to what you hear in Dungeon Synth. Basically, MIDI composed keyboards and synthesizers. So they will have like a similar feeling in there anyway. Someone asked me about playing guitar earlier. So I've played twice now, and I am shocked at how much I have actually retained, considering I haven't played for like 4, 5, 6 months now. Honestly shocked. I did not expect to have such a good session. I thought everything's going to be difficult, all the muscle memory is going to be gone, but it felt like I hadn't played for like maybe 2 weeks or something. It might be a little tricky to start building up some of the speed and technique and strength and stuff, but I think my last stretch of playing guitar, I reveled in it so much that I really like dug those songs into my memory. So when I pick some out to play, they're really well learned actually, and so despite being rusty, like I've really pulled off playing them not too bad. So I played twice. I had 3 days rest in between. I'm going to play again tomorrow, no more than an hour, right? Like, I've really scaled it back, but I'm just going to keep doing that. Keep doing my exercises, my rehab stuff. And hopefully, you know, hopefully it'll sustain for a long time. Because I love playing. And I don't like injuries. Last time I actively studied piano was 2011, and I can still play the songs I learnt from my last competition. Wow, that is impressive. That is impressive. Getting to playing the guitar again is just like riding a bike again. Yeah, probably. Yeah, pretty much. Like, it was no stranger to me. Coda Corgi says, yeah, the muscle memory for guitar sticks for a long time. It took a few years away, and I was still able to remember stuff when I got back into it. My experience last time I had a break, I think I took a shorter break. Actually, no, I think I might be referring to when I stopped playing for, like, 2 years or more. Y'all might know this better than me, because some of y'all just seem to remember stuff about when I upload videos. Like, I had a stint around 2016, and I'm not sure when I stopped, and I'm not sure when I got back into it, because it's all kind of fuzzy now, right? But it might have been, like, more than 2 years, maybe? I'm not sure. But when I came back from that one, it really was like, oh my god, it's like I've gone so far back. But since then, I've been playing relatively consistent, I think. You're reminding me to get back into guitar, X. I've been wanting to learn some new songs, but haven't been able to find the motivation. Screw motivation, man. Just pick up the guitar and start playing. Don't think about motivation. Just start doing the motions, and then your brain will probably catch up with you a little bit later and be like, oh yeah, this is awesome, you know? Do I listen to Rush? Yeah, I listen to a couple of songs on shuffle every now and then. Closer to the Heart, I think, is one of them. Only thing you've retained is Hot Cross Buns on the recorder. I can't even remember that, but I know it's like a classic kids song, isn't it? Or something. Okay, so we need lots and lots of glass, therefore we smelt. We do lots and lots of smelt, we do. Whoever smelt it, dealt it. Whoever smelt it, put it in a furnace. That's weird. That's a sideways shoulder. I haven't had any keyboard lag in a little bit. I've just kind of remembered. It's like, oh yeah, that's been going smooth. Are we low on these? Yes. Let's see if we can quickly throw something like that together. It's going to need hoppers. Gonna need hoppers. Yeah, do that. Oh, look at that. The spacebar comes in again. Oh. Oh, no, wait. They pop back in, didn't they? Oh, yeah, I didn't need to do that. Whatever. There's a little bit more. There's a little bit more. I forgot. They go around in a circle. Yeah, that's how that works. That's how that works. That's perfect advice, X. Don't worry about animation. Just get into the motion, says CJ Swag. Yep. That's a great attitude to have in life. Just start doing, like, we all know certain things that we want to do that we should do, right? We don't need to know that music is our thing. But what we do need to do is start doing it. And your brain isn't always there, but the act of doing it usually shifts it into gear. Sometimes when my band misses a practice, we come back tighter than before. Not sure what it is. Probably just having like a little break can be really good for you. Like sometimes you're on the grind, you're just going. And a little relief from that will probably re-energize you, would be my guess. Now, I reckon there is a concern here that at some point the glass will start sort of backing up, because I think we have to rebuild this, and I might want to create a bigger buffer for the hoppers in the future. Also, getting real close to coming back to Loglands now. Like, next update, we're coming back here. I think I'm going to use those new pale oak blocks inside this place. Having ADHD, I know having a difficulty to start things, but I'm getting better with just doing after getting used to your medication and removing some of the extra stresses in the way. Yeah, try this little tip. Maybe write it down, because sometimes you hear a tip and then you forget about it. But ever since I heard this, I use it a lot. When I'm awake in the morning and you're in that kind of like, should I get out of bed, should I not moment. Start, like, count down from 10 or something. Just be like 10, 9, 8. And I find, like, depending on my mood, either closer to 1 or at 10, I just, okay, get up and get out. Like, you're asking yourself okay, I want to do this thing now. I find a little countdown is just an interesting psychological prompt. I don't know why it works so effectively. I couldn't tell you that, but it does. Hey, look, starting to back up. It's starting to back up. And how much more is there to go? Whew, this smelter is absolutely awesome, isn't it? Oh, interesting. So, wait, it's the ones behind it. It's the ones behind it. Okay. There you go. Yeah, I need to rework that, but not really worth worrying about right now. Just waiting for this thing to do its thing. You have a quest board for all your art projects. It really helps because I can see and track everything visually. That sounds cool. That sounds cool. Let's see. Let's see. Cactus. Woohoo! We got it. Now, as soon as I take this stuff out, let's think for a second. Like, 1, 2, 3 is like not quite a full shulker, and we got 2, so. And then probably that much for the very most. Did you see a new piece of green dye come in? Is it still working? You build these contraptions, you forget about them for ages. Oh look, it's working. It's working. Auto restocking. That's the magic of Loglands right there. The magic of Loglands. Did you know that Loglands was magic? I bet you did. Are they still going out? They're still going... Wait. There's a memory cell back here. 20! They've got to do 20 more laps. Crazy. They will keep going. I love that system. Yeah, look. See? 19 sand, 1 glass, 20 more pulses to come out of our contraption. Gotta love seeing it all work. Ugh. Eventually, we'll have a platform here that will stop me from... accidentally nudging some of those, which would be good. Well, that's where the bulk of it's gone. Okay. I thought we were a bit kind of behind on that. Very good, very good. Peeps, while it's all smelting, I'm going to nip to the loo. You know when you need the toilet and you start getting like fidgety? I've been like that for a minute, so... I will bounce to the loo. If you'd like to check out my music while I'm gone, I'll be back in a moment and we'll go work on the mural after the glass has smelted. I have another story for you. It's related to health. Who wants a good old health story? I mean, you could make a decision that could change your life for the better. Becca says, nah, thanks. Who wants free money? Got some free money for you. Anyone interested? Oh, no, thanks. Okay, never mind. Becca says, me. Oh joy, health stories. My favourite is Coda Corgi. It's a good one. It's not a gross one. It's a really simple one. I got some glasses here. They are red light blockers. Alright. I put them on for the last hour of being at the computer, and then I wear them for about half an hour in the wind down routine before I go to bed. I had some trouble sleeping a while ago. And I was watching an Andrew Huberman podcast, and he's like, hey, I'm recording at night, so I've got my red glasses on in case you're wondering. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember him going on about this once. He's saying, you know, the blue light blocks your melatonin and all this sciencey stuff. And I'm like, shut up and take my money. Anyway, so I thought I brought some blue light blockers in the past, and they were not red lensed ones. And I went and looked at them again, and I was just like, I remember these doing next to nothing, but they do not look like blue light blockers. So I don't know what I brought. I'm like, okay, let's give this a try. And pretty much since the day I've been started using this, which is probably a week into it now, the sleep's just been great. Like, I've just been sleeping proper every night. I went through weeks of just having awkward sleep constantly, and what's wrong with me? Why am I not sleeping properly? Can't figure it out. I've definitely slept like this before without the blue light blockers, but I don't know, something changed. Wanted to find a solution. I thought I'd give this a try, and it feels like it's made a huge difference, so I'm really stoked with it. Becca has a tip for sleeping. Don't drink coffee before you go to bed. I've got a tip for you. Do you know what? I thought I had a joke in me, but the more I thought about it, the more I realised it wasn't even funny. Never mind. Becca says failed. I literally just failed, didn't I? Is there still I think there's still glass caught up in... Yeah, there's still glass caught up there. That'll then filter out into there, and then there's more, right? This is... Yeah, the collection system, yeah, it needs a bit of work. Oh, I'm surprised to see some other blocks in there. I thought I would have cleared those out. X, if you were a superpower, what would you be and why? I would be derp. Because whoever had my superpower, when they would go to try and use it, they'd just be like, oh, how's this going to help? But there would just be some magical unforeseen consequence of being a derp that would just, despite making you look like an utter buffoon, would somehow solve your problem. So my superpower would be derp. Because not only, if it's a superpower, then we're changing what derp is in a way. Once again, X misinterprets a question by failing to read an important word. X, if you were given a superpower, what would it be and why? It would be derp, because then everything that I just said would be amazing, and I would totally get away with not being a derp. So derp would be my superpower. Thanks for asking. Just join this live. What are we doing today? Well, we've had chats and waffles. We've shuffled blocks around the world. We've mined sand to get some green glass restocked for the shop. Because this shop has been making me diamonds. Plus full stacks, right? Full stacks. If you already have a built-in derp... Oh, yeah, I already have a built-in derp. Well, not only will it be built in, it will also be my superpower. So whenever I use my superpower, I can derp. How cool is that? I can do it both naturally and on command. What a superpower. So good, so good. Alright, we didn't fill it all the way up, but I probably need to get more sand anyway, because I probably need more glass. But we spent it all on that. Mural time! Which I think we should visit this shop over here. Because if I'm to work on someone today, I mean I can, you know, do the old skin swap to get ahead actually. To get ahead in life. Get it? No. Didn't work, did it? Impy? No Impy. Skizzy? Skizzy! 2 Skizzies! We don't know what Skizzy's one's going to be yet. Zeddy? Oh, no Zeddy. Everyone's a Y today. Ifoe? Pearly? Have I played this week's Purdle? Yes, and I did shockingly bad at it. This is new! This is new. That's an interesting detail with the item. I think that's an item frame and a sign in the same block. Do I have to shoot? I have to shoot to buy... Wait. Frog lamps? Who has... No, this isn't a frog lamp shop. Why am I thinking this is a frog lamp shop? Might just be a minigame. Is there room for redstone? I don't think so. I don't think they've hidden some genius redstone in here. Oh, maybe it's just a shop for targets. Or crossbow. Stop asking questions. Wait, there's more. There's more. Oh, earlier we talked about spoilers and stuff. This is probably spoilers. But if you build it in the middle of the shopping district, I mean, it's going to happen, isn't it? So if I got on that... Oh my god, there's a whole thing. Oh my god, I've got to now. Let's get some exclusive previews over here. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is super cool. Why do I feel like this is a prank on Doc? Was there a button? There's buttons on the note blocks. Am I supposed to press that? Oh, this is so cool. This is awesome. Oh, that's got to be deliberate as well. Like, slow down before you hit the next turn and stuff. This is so good. What a cool idea. Oh, very slow now, looking at the goat. Now I'm thinking maybe Doc built it, because the way it lined up with the goat. Now it's actually, like, quite complimentary of the shop. I don't think this is a prank. I think this is something Doc's been up to. Doc made it. Not spoilers, it was in his episode today. Ah, there you go. Well, I enjoyed that ride. That was awesome. Roller coasters are cool. Thank you very much. That was pretty sweet. What's this one over here? Right, it's a rails shop. Got it. You can see them here. I thought I saw some lava back there. Oh, it's just shulker boxes. Probably stock. So if Doc is selling rails, he's got the rail permit. It does actually say rails up there. I don't know what this is then. Maybe he's got the target block. Like, target block is surely a part of the redstone permit. Anyway, that was awesome. That was so good. So good. Whew. It's a commercial for his rail shop. I like it. Tesla, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, my dude. Appreciate the support. Thank you for 7 months. Thank you. Right. Wait. No. I got distracted. Oh my god. Why is Hermitcraft full of amazing stuff? Can someone please explain this to me? You know, I'm supposed to play on this server and I never do anything, it seems. Right, I wanted to come over here. Shreep. So for ZAF, I think I might do. I want to do a rainbow of sheep heads, honestly. But that would mean getting like purple and blue. I mean, we've already done a rainbow with Cub. What could we do that would be funnier than ZAF juggling sheep heads, right? It's like, is that sheep looking at me? We could have ZAF like holding a spyglass looking at the sheep. But that's kind of mild. Like, what is it we can do? A bunch of sheep heads. We could build a sheep totem. And they're all looking in different directions or something. That might actually look cool. ZAF with the spyglass on one side, sheep totem on the opposite. His colours are pink and yellow. That's true. I'll probably just work with what we got here. Otherwise, we go down a rabbit hole of trying to find all these different sheep heads. Creedstone, thank you for subscribing, my dude. New subscriber on the channel. Thank you very much for your generosity and supporting me here. I hope you enjoying, entertained. No, I'm entertaining. You're enjoying. God, I get these words wrong, don't I? A sheep head looking. Oh, so like we could flip it so like the sheep is looking at ZAF. That's interesting. A bunch of sheep looking at him with a spyglass. Now, if we could put more expression onto Zed, like he's blushing or embarrassed or something, we could do something funny with that. Now, I like the idea, but we've got very limited space, so we'd have like 4 sheep's head in the mural, which is not like pretty much as big as that. So like 1, 2, 3, 4 spyglasses, Zedaf above the lectern. Like it's, I can't quite picture it yet, but keep the ideas rolling. Zed dropping from a sheep's butt. I don't think I've got the room or capacity to quite make a sheep's butt. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Put Zedaf and a sheep looking at each other on a roller coaster ride. We're putting this in our mural. Not the fish 1339. Thank you for subscribing with the Amazon Prime. Peeps, if you did not know, you can use Amazon Prime to get a free subscription every month on Twitch. Thank you for using yours on me. The fish. Not the fish. God, literally not the fish. And I said the fish. What is wrong with me? Thank you for your Prime, my dude. A 50-50 button you can press to see if the sheep is looking at you. Ooh. Introducing redstone. Now... it could go into a randomizer that could push an armor stand up. I don't know about out. I don't think we can push armor stands back and forth. But we could do that, and then you either get the front or the back of a sheep's head. You see, that to me is impressive, but not from the end user experience. So what I'm picturing we can do is like, you press the button on the wall, and then a sheep's head comes through the wall, and it might be looking at you and it might not. Now, our other ideas have not been particularly impressive in terms of standing out, so although it will end up being more minimal, I think that might be a good direction to go in. Make an interactive pop-up sheep that looks at you, says Newton. Oh, it'll be easy if I made it pop up, but probably harder to hide. Get X a villager on a chicken for Zed's mural. That would be pretty cool. We're going with armor stand stuff though, and the murals don't give you a lot of room to like capture a mob like that. Use real sheep behind glass. I don't think I will. No. I kind of want to keep them a little bit more uniform with the way that we do them. Now, do we go with a special Jeb head for this one? Or do we go with like, I think I'll go with red and green because it's like yes and no. Jevin, you drive a hard bargain. Take my diamonds, sir. Take them. Not all of them, just those ones. God, not having the rest of them. You know, I'm not made of diamonds. You know, the prices on this server. Do you know what I mean? I mean, what did I have? Like a stack of blocks and a stack of diamonds? I'm not made of diamonds, am I? I don't just have loads of them lying about or anything. Gosh. 4 diamonds ahead. That is pretty ridiculous. Nah, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. So I have wool over here for sheep sheared for Zedaf. So what we got to do is maybe hide the sheep head in that space there and pop it out, which will be difficult because there is a full block there. So that's not very good. Like double piston extender. Oh, this is... I think I want to test... Okay. It's time to go to the Redstone universe. Right. Imagine that there was an amazing transition. Oh, that transition was so good, wasn't it? It was so good. Let's go in this way a little direction. I've been doing storage stuff over here. Making storage plans. Just designing, figuring stuff out, whatever. We're just going to use a little bit of space here. Right, so we probably want sticky piston, regular piston. We can't put an armor stand in a minecart, which crushes my spirit immensely. So vertical movement is more flexible. Do you know what? We can use the size of an armor stand to potentially overcome some issues with space, but a giant sheep's head popping out through the wall, not so sure about that. So like verticality, we're talking like that. What we also need are slabs and glass. Let's go ahead and get some quartz, actually. Nice smooth quartz. So to kind of emulate the... let's get that one. So to emulate the floor that we have on Hermitcraft, it is something like... Let's get rid of you for a second. How do we get the slab into the same space? I think you would have to set up the contraption like so. We're talking... Push that thing down. Have that there. Now, I can do that. I can't then go any further than that. So look, the armor stand stuff is just not great. We're also going to have... No, we're not going to have ignore gravity because then we can't push it with pistons and stuff. So coming from below doesn't look good. I've got the mods, so I should be able to do that. Whoops, that's not what I was trying to do. Okay, so when we do this, like, let's look at the distance. We're only ever going to move at a block, despite it being bigger. It's not like its movement scales. So we're always going to have this challenge of trying to move it a block. Okay. With that in mind, let's put a wall here. You are not the one that I was looking at. Let's put a wall here. That's our floor, which is a limitation we have to work with. Well, actually, it would be a full block. That would be the oak wood, the way I'm going to do things now. So we're going to have the lectern here as well. Let's get that in place. We got Wild Tinkerbell coming in with the Prime subscription. Wild Tinkerbell, thank you for using that on me. Thank you for your 2 months of support. I hope you enjoy the shenanigans, the armor stand shenanigans that we're going to try and achieve today. So I think it's the block here that messes with the armor stand, not the block above. So if I go ahead and push this thing... No, it's the block above as well. That just... this is going to make my life so much more awkward than it needs to be. I think I might be running out of ideas. Because vertical movement kind of works. But then, in order to have... Oh, this is wrong. In order to have the distance... Let's actually, before I say it, let's just double check it. Like, I want to get... What do I want to get here? Yeah, I think I want 2 pistons. Let's go power... Right, so that's... Oh, yeah, it does not like getting pushed. Okay, I don't think doing this is going to work. You can set poses and activate them with redstone on the server. That is a data pack thing that I wasn't aware was... I don't think anyone realized that was a thing that got added. Not too sure about using it. Don't really know how. Oh, Tango moves armor stands forwards on Mortar Stream sometimes. Yeah, but, like, the problem is that the armor stand hits a block. We're trying to move it through a block to make this work, which ain't gonna work. Rev Moody, thank you for the Prime subscription. Much appreciated. Thank you for using your Prime on me. Hope you're enjoying the stream. So, yeah, I appreciate that we can change the pose. Now, we're then going to be talking about rotating the body. Not even the body. Okay, let's show the arms. If I can get the arms aligned, I guess the arm can rotate out and maybe pop. Yeah, we could swing an arm into position. Interesting. Creedstone, thank you for the tip. Hello from Ukraine. Have been watching you on and off since the end of season 3. I see you in a good mood today. Keep it going. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I am in a good mood. Probably because I'm very happy to be back doing a stream after having some computer issues. Like, computer issues suck. No one likes them. So yeah. Okay, so how do we do this? Since y'all have watched Tango's streams, y'all are gonna have to help me. Get a book. I don't see item frames adjust preset scale utilities. Maybe we'll go through it one by one. I don't see anything there related to animations. Move it through powdered snow, says Cybot. Well, I don't plan on changing any of the blocks here, was my thinking. Rennie wind charge. Also, the armor stand is going to be stuck in the wall, I think. Oh, this is... I guess I can use scale to avoid that. I think we can do this. I can picture it. I just don't quite know how this works. Y'all are saying like it uses redstone to change armor stands. I understand it conceptually. What I need is like specifics. Need the armor stand maybe. Oh, yeah, obviously we need an armor stand. But like, for those of you that watch Tango's streams, can you explain to me? Not like Tango used redstone. I get that. I mean like, there's this page in this book that you set the pose or something. I don't know. Maybe it requires admin powers to enable animated arm stands. Well, I can do that if that's what it requires. Like, what did Tango do? Does anyone know? Because that's how I'll be able to do this. You're not sure if Tango or Impulse ever showed how to do it. Dang. Where's Mookie when you need him? I wonder if I could actually... he's probably not around. Okay. Wow, I got so many Discord messages. You need to place the book with the pose in an item frame with a redstone power. So where does the frame go? That sounds like more on the path. I can experiment with that at the least. So the book has the pose, maybe? Which is might limit us because the pose that I want would be a custom one. I think. Let's see. Pointing is almost there in terms of what I'm after. I think I can see a way to adjust this though. Like if I rotate this thing, I can probably align that arm so it's very straightforward and then get it into a position where it would pop up. Oh yeah, there's that. Oh, and then there's that. Ah. That throws my idea completely out the window. I've been picturing... Oh gosh. Okay, so if I want that to be like actually straight looking at the player, we got to put this arm in like a really specific position, which I think is probably going to limit its usefulness. What if I mirror the arms and swap? Not like that. Same problem really. Because now the armor stand is sort of in front. Like I need to be able to hide the head and show it between two different poses. I think I do not have enough available here to make that happen. Now, was there another idea I had? I don't think there was. I think if we go back to the drawing boards, we were talking about Zelaf with a spyglass. X copy two different poses into two different books and make it animate it. Yeah, but as I just said, I don't think I can make the animation that I want because like I can't get the head to flex out from where the body is, right? Like the body is fixed at the neck, so I can't have it change position to move out a block and go back again. The arm I can. The problem with that is, you know what? There might be one other trick up our sleeve, which would be to flip that from there to like here. So then the whole lower body needs to be inside there. The head would need to be a lot smaller, so it'd be a smaller scale armor stand hidden inside the lectern. At that point, though, I don't even know if the redstone's going to reach it. Maybe use 2 armor stands. We have to use 2 for the 2 different sheep's heads. The problem is, what does using 2 for 1 achieve? Like, I need the arm to come out in a way. Let's try this. It's the right arm we're working with. Maybe there's a rotation here I hadn't thought of. So something like that, and then twist. Okay, there might actually be a rotation that's way more suitable. Except it's going to have a sheep's head basically on its side. No. Which might be a stylistic compromise. I don't see this working. Bob Spruce says put the sheep head in its arm and make it bigger. I don't think y'all are seeing what I'm seeing, right? So we want the sheep's head to be aligned so it's looking at the player. Okay. Let's go put it in a position where it's more like that. Yellow Harold, 103 months. Incredible, my dude. Evil X is in his house. Hello, X. Hello, chat. Any exciting Xmas wishes this year? I have no Xmas wishes. I'm sorry I can't be of help. I'm sorry I can't be of help. I'm not really like a Christmas presents, gifts person, I guess. Let's just imagine that that's aligned so it's perfectly facing the player. And, you know, things don't have to be perfect, but how far from perfection are we going to tolerate? Like, I think if you stood here and it was like that, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad, right? So if this armor stand is, like, hidden here, and we can swing the arm into a different pose, so it's inside the wall, that might work, but I wasn't quite seeing it like that before, and now I think we might be able to. But it's going to take some fine-tuning here that I'm not quite seeing. Like, I want that head to sort of face directly towards us, and it just doesn't seem possible. It's like the axis I want to move it in, they're all like interlinked and distorted, it feels like. Huh. So like as that one flattens in one axis and I swing it here, I don't feel like I'm making any progress. Right, I'm going to get that one back that way. Let's try... nah. Oh, that's a bit more like it. I don't know. How do I get that arm in a spot where the head is just like aligned with everything facing towards you? Becca says X ignoring chat. Hey look, I'm trying to figure stuff out here. What is it in chat? What about putting 2 armor stands on a single block and make one pop out when triggered? Or just get a custom head with a sheep facing the other surface? Well, we can't make it pop out. We did all the redstone for that. You can't move armor stands in a way where we can pop them out through the wall. So the only way we can do it is by changing the pose. Look at my Discord. Oh, okay, so there is a command for me to run. But Potato, thank you, my dude. Always allow players to place blocks with a saved pose into item frames to animate armor stands. You can animate them by placing redstone dust in the space with the item frame, then powering it. It animates the nearest armor stand within 8 blocks. Animations won't play unless there is a player within 35 block of the item frame. You can do custom poses. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh, I remember doing this for Tango once. So, like, there's something here that enables it. Okay, so we save a pose in a book, and we power it with redstone. Now, if I could just get this arm into a position I'm happy with, this might work, but it might be impossible. It just kind of looks like it won't ever... Yeah. There's an expression for this, like, well, it's kind of like 1 step forward, 2 steps back or whatever. Every time you get a little closer to aligning it, it just kind of gets away from you. Someone says rotate the body. No, it's not the body. It's all got to come from the arm. Everything we want to do has got to come from the arm. I don't think it's possible. But I'm just gonna randomly do this, just in case it happens to. That's pretty close. That's actually pretty darn close. Might be a happy accident waiting to happen here. Oh, but then. Oh, that's about as straight on as you're gonna get it right there. That is, oh, so close. That might just work. Now, the size of the head is really disappointing too. Oh, I don't know. Feels like it could be a lot of work for not a lot of reward. Now the head's definitely a lot better. But that's also going to put the armor stand like here. Oh, whoops. So let's go. I've just kind of realized another important detail is the way it's facing. I got a bad feeling about this. Let's not rush into anything. I think it's smart to think on this one because we're going to put a couple of big armor stands in the room, which they're not directly next to the lectern, so they won't be the worst thing ever. But then, will this swing across to hide the head inside of the wall? I'm not sure. And then we got to put the redstone kind of very close to this so that it changes this and not other item stands in the area. And there's going to be other item stands left and right of it, including a really big one over here, which is something that I really need to fix. Jack, thank you for subscribing, my dude. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. You can invis the second armor stand, maybe. It's a head as a jump scare. Oh, this will be invisible, of course. Like, we're not going to show the armor stand. It's going to be invisible here. What about you put the face inside of the wall, just like the head backwards, when the armor stand is placed right near the wall? I'm not sure if I understand, but let me go through what we've learned today. We can't put armor stands inside of the blocks and move them in and out. That won't work, okay? Because we can't do that, we can't just have a piston push one and push it back. It's going to collide with blocks, which is unfortunate. Now, we can change a pose, we can't change a position through the book. So the pose has to be able to move ahead from visible to not visible. And this is the best thing we've come up with so far. Unfortunately, it means the armor stand's going to be out in the room instead of hidden behind the wall because of the way the sheep's head is facing. So put the armor stand in a position like Scar's statue, then make his head do a 90-degree backwards. We can't move the head the way you're... Wait, I think I might have just got what you're saying. It's also probably going to put 2 of these heads directly next to each other. Okay, I know what you mean now. Okay, but I can see there being a problem. Let's put this here. Put that there. Okay. Turn off gravity. And then let's get the head in the correct position. So minus 90. The problem here is we're now going to have 2 armor stands in the exact same space. Unless I like nudge them to the side a little bit, which is probably what we'll do to make it work. Okay, so now position. We go this way until the head disappears. Right, now if it's invisible, it's like that. So then the head goes and it's black. That is the unfortunate thing I thought might happen. So yeah, that's why you need the armor stand to not be in a block, but it needs to swing the arm or a part of it into the block. So I'm not seeing a solution. And that's fine. We'll think on it, but at least I know that ZAFs is going to be about sheep, which is kind of obvious now, but it wasn't earlier when I was looking for ideas, so that's good, I think. Right, that's the one that goes back into here. Was there a Z head in there, or am I... There's a Z head in there! Perfect, perfect. Yeah. My goal is to do a mural every stream, but I'm not going to rush one if it's not obvious to me, right? So I think that's a good place to wrap this one up today. Now, oh, look at that! Rendog is live! Wait, is B-Dubs live? B-Dubs might be in the nether. Because he mentioned something about streaming. Yo, I don't know if B-Dubs is streaming on Twitch. Or, let's ask him. TBNR Woods, thank you for 18 months, my dude. Thank you for the resubscription. B-Dubs is on YouTube. Ah, okay. Okay, we might do a cross-platform thing. Ren will be streaming here on Twitch. If you want to stay on Twitch. It's members only to get the rust off today. Oh, there you go. Let's go find Ren then. Yeah, B-Dubs is doing a members only stream. Not like that. Filthy. Filthy. I wonder, Ren might have his chat off. Does anyone know where Ren is? Or should we just send you over there? Callie says that took me a while to get. Bess says no one was thinking like that until you mentioned it. Bet, you're forgetting that I can read minds? God. So forgetful. I know you forgot that because I read your mind. You forgot. He's at his base. Well, he's my neighbour Roni, and he doesn't have a nether portal, so I use mine. Heart Gamer says, alright, assume what I'm thinking now. You're thinking I'll never know what you're thinking, and you're wrong. I just thought it. You goose. Hello? Where are you, Ren? I see shulker boxes here. I see armadillo poop all over the place. Oh!
Hello, it's space rat poop, dude.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. It's a disaster.
The dang space rats.
It's a disaster, my friend.
I know. But you love them, really.
Do you have your standard issue Gigacorp scoot poop incinerator to hand?
I don't know.
You could get gigapox if you get close to that poop, dude.
Gigapox! You even name the diseases after your corporation. Oh,
There's been an outbreak, Xisuma.
An outbreak of gigapox.
Yep.
Oh, what are you like? These trees are amazing, dude.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. They're pretty simple, but like the base, all the buildings are really simple. So, you know, like I thought keeping everything simple would make it all fit together. You know what I mean?
Fits beautifully. I love little
man.
things like the glow lichen over the cherry blossom leaves. That like, yeah, it gets like the right color out to fit. Oh, sorry, I keep hearing myself through your audio.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me turn the thing down a little bit. Sorry, there we go.
No
that
worries.
should be better.
Dude, I had some serious audio issues today. And yesterday, as you know.
Tell me what happened. You told me that your PSU burnt out. Is everything okay? I was quite worried about you, man. I was hope you didn't lose anything important, man.
No data loss. No data loss. That's the thing. I'll now. I gave my stream a long waffled story, like details and everything, but I'll narrow it down. Like in the PSU dying, which I turned my computer off and walked away from it. I don't know if it died when it was off or if it died while it was shutting down, but I think it might have affected my USB port or something, because
Okay.
My USB switcher for my Go XLR, my keyboard and mouse to switch between computers, works fine on my old computer. Doesn't like this one anymore. So after having so many painful issues with it, like not doing any audio, I unplug it from the switcher, I plug it straight into the computer, and it just works fine again. So I finally found out what the issue was.
That's computers for you, right? Like, who knows?
Oh, I know. So many different things to diagnose. Man. Drivers, updates, settings. You're just going mad, like needle in a haystack trying to find what it is.
Yikes, brother. Well, I'm glad you're back up and running, man. It's good to see your little face.
Thanks. Yeah. I was only down for a couple of days. I was saying it's kind of amazing. Like when I was a kid, you know, back in the 90s, if your computer broke, like that was it for a couple of weeks, you know?
Sure.
It was out for a while.
You'd have to go find the components on like Tottenham Court Road or something.
Exactly.
You know, like it would take forever to get the pieces that you needed, you know?
These days, things are much better.
Yeah, you couldn't just order it like on Amazon or something, you know? Like...
I mean, we've seen it change over the years, right? Like there was play.com. I don't know if you remember that, but like you could order DVDs and they'd turn up a week later and it's like, oh my God, amazing.
Netflix, the original. Remember Netflix, dude?
I do.
You'd have to wait.
Or wasn't Netflix CD delivery, like DVD delivery in the post? Yeah, and then you'd send it back after.
You send it back.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, what are you up to today? By the way,
come have a look at this. Come have a look. Remember you helped me with the rocket thingy?
Oh, you installed the redstone.
Yeah, it's all working
nice.
Now. However, the machine that we made...
Christmas deco.
Yeah, man. The machine that we made, unfortunately... there was a moment where if there was no gunpowder in the rocket crafter, it would fill with paper and then block up, unfortunately.
Ah, yes, I know that one, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know how to fix it, so I found this really good design by a guy called Rex Stone.
Oh, I know Rex,
Stone.
Yeah.
It was very talented. And yeah, look how small this thing is, dude. It's so compact. It's just like... It's like a 3x4 rocket maker. It's so beautiful.
When I was going over like this with you, I think I remember saying at one point, like when you have a multi-ingredient thing in the crafter, you have to keep a stack of each item in there, right?
Yep, you did tell me that.
Yeah, so I can see you've got that, and the way it works, it looks like it's detecting when items come in from above through the hopper, and then it'll activate it. That's a little different from how I've done it. This is interesting. I like this.
It's a very nice design, but look at this, dude. I'm making more rockets than I know what to do with, man. If you ever need rockets, please come and take a box. Like, I use like a box a week. There's no ways I can use all of these rockets, man. It's crazy.
I also have a one of these in my base.
Oh,
Do you want to see it?
Yes.
It's definitely nowhere near as cool as yours. Yours is the coolest. This is amazing. You made the basement of this place look awesome, and now your redstone looks amazing.
Dude, there's nothing in here, dude.
Wait.
But I love your face anyway.
Is that Rex stone?
That is Ren Rex stone, I guess.
Ren Rex stone, love it. Oh, you... Okay, this is where we get disconnected. Yeah, right on the perch, right on the perch.
Nice.
Okay. So, in this little room, around the back here...
Down into the bowels.
Yep. So this here is my system. It looks very different.
Wow. Okay.
And
interesting.
There is no prettiness here, so it is awful to look at. The common thing though, you see this redstone torch next to me?
Yep.
There's another one just behind it, and both of them connect here. Your thing does the same, but it's just put together a different way. So
Right.
when both of those torches turn off, this thing will power, and it turns off when there's items coming through the hoppers. So like right now, it's not getting any paper. You can see that if you come over here.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I was just having a quick look.
Oh
at
yeah, the old free cam.
circuit.
Ah, I'm in a hole.
Okay, so here, yeah, here's where you're crafting.
Then the hopper to the left has the gunpowder.
Yep.
And then there's a comparator, like checking that there's stuff in there. Then the hopper behind it is doing the sugarcane, and again, comparator there. So only when there's items in both does the AND gate made out of those redstone torches then tell this thing to start crafting.
I see. I see. Yeah, I can see the similarity between this circuit and that other one.
Nice. You're learning,
Nice,
dude.
dude. Yeah,
progress.
dude. Like, you taught me about comparators. It really changed how I understand them. You know, before I just knew that I needed a comparator in this etho hopper clock to make it work. I didn't really understand how it worked. You know what I mean? So
What's interesting about the EFO hopper clock is that in that case, signal strength isn't actually like a big part of it. It's just about is there an item in there or not?
yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You totally got it right because you weren't seeing it that way before.
No, exactly. I was just exactly. I was seeing it as just a thing. I think I saw it more as like an observer block, and I always thought the observer block was kind of like an upgraded version of the comparator. You know. I don't know. That's the only way I can explain it. You know.
That makes sense. You're getting the hang of it now, though.
Oh, we're getting there, man. We're getting there.
Yeah. Anyway, if you do any more redstone and you want to try and learn some more bits and bobs, I'm always happy to help.
Sweet, dude. Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Cool. Well,
are you streaming?
Yep, and I got to send my peeps over to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
That's why I was. I guess it wasn't clear to you because I was just. I don't know what I typed in chat, but yeah, I reached the end of my stream and I saw that B-Dubs was live, but he's doing members only, man. You know?
Yes. Well, you know, he hasn't streamed in a couple years. He's a bit rusty, so you know,
got to get back into it.
He's feeling a bit nervous. Fair enough, you know. It's streaming is not easy.
Well, you're absolutely right. It's weird how accustomed you can get to it, though, right?
Sure. Dude, I still, even after like, what is this, 8 years of streaming, I'm still nervous every time I hit the go button.
I don't get those nerves anymore.
Yeah, but you're like a pro, dude. You're like an ultra pro.
So are you, man. You've been doing this, like you said, 8 years.
Have we been doing this for 8 years? Have we been streaming for 8 years, dude?
I've been streaming for over 10. Or coming up on 10, I think. But yeah, pretty much. Time goes by fast, doesn't it?
But you know, it's all good.
It's all good. Right, I'll send my people over to you, yeah?
Sweet, man. All right,
what have they got to look forward to? Oh, okay.
See ya.
See ya. All right, we'll wrap it up there then. Shall we, peeps? I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I'll send you over to Ren. You'll be in good hands. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, everyone, for your amazing support. I've got to do the raid while I'm still alive. That's the thing that I keep forgetting. That's the thing that usually means these raids don't work. All right. It looks like it's working. Awesome. There goes the raid. Thank you, everyone. I will see you later.